Welcome to the third match of the day, guys. I am Bay Archie, and I'm with Solomon Tahusa, team captain of the Tuskers. And on grid we have Powdex versus Offline. So Offline are kind of a team made up of pilots who used to be in the Alliance Tournament Afterlife team, and Powdex, also known on Tranquility as Laserhawks, hence the name. So 15 seconds on the match now. The team is pretty far apart, which is going to be probably to the advantage of both teams here, because they both have long-range DPS ships. So it'll be interesting to see who wins the start of the match here.
Yeah, which has just started. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Both teams have logistics, so they both have some sustain. I would say the Scythe is probably vulnerable, and the offline team is going straight for that Scythe, who is running away.
Yeah, that Abaddon can track a really long distance. It's probably the longest battleship, certainly the gunboat in the game in terms of the range. It's able to apply DPS, and it is hitting that scythe relatively well as the light shield maintenance box and the heavy shield maintenance box from the Powdex team catch up to it. It starts to catch up a little bit, and he tries to get some good transversals to stop that Abaddon hitting him. But I think the Abaddon's still applying damage.
Seems to be flying okay, and that's a buffer site, so you're not going to see him get massive ASB boosts. And once he starts, if you see his shield progressively go low, that's a very bad sign for him.
Yeah, he's kind of just holding in about 50% shield now. It's not looking fantastic. The tricky thing at this range, he's probably about 100 kilometers away here from the Abaddon. And at this range, if the scythe MWDs, the Abaddon will hit, and if the scythe doesn't MWD, then he's probably going to be hit as well. So he's kind of in a tough spot. He's trying to pull even more range just to get into possibly just outside of the optimal of that Abaddon, which is a little bit of a risky move because if the offline team now switch their DPS to the rest of the Powdex setup, then that side is going to be very far away to rep, which we might see happen here.
The rep bots are also falling off him as well. He's gotten out of drone control range, so a lot of the rep bots are no longer repping him.
Yeah, certainly. It looks like there's light ones are still on him, but the heavy bots, like you said, have dropped off, and they're slowly recording back to their owner, which is that's not great. But the DPS has slowed off now, and Loka is kind of stabilizing a little bit. I'm eating my words here.
Hyperion's charging in. Yep, he's about to be tackled by the Atron.
Yeah, and this Hyperion play is going to put stress on the offline team now, who have been in a perfectly tight format.
Scythe's entering armor. That's not a good sign.
Yeah, that's a really bad sign for the side. He looks like he's really trying to stay alive. He's very, very far away from this Abaddon, but it's still hitting him. He's doing everything wrong, basically, unfortunately. The Atron, who is on top of the Thrasher, is taking a lot of damage, though. And looks like Powdex, despite the situation that the Scythe is in, looks like they might actually get the first kill here as the Atron's kind of hovering in low armor. And he's gone.
Atron's down. The Thrasher's being primed on the other side, and that Scythe is about 90 kilometers away. So no reps at all for that Thrasher who's just gone down, sorry.
Yeah, he's down. The Scythe has recognised that his teammates are in trouble, and he started to MWD back in. And it looks like the Hyperion is actually now going to be primary.
The Hyperion's going straight for the Prophecy now, and that Prophecy's taking a beating. He's 80% armor right now. As you said, the Scythe is coming back in, but this is going to be really cautious. He hasn't got much buffer to play with. If he dives into rep, and the Abaddon catches him at a bad moment, he could go down very quickly.
Yeah, you know for sure that Abaddon's got him locked up and ready for just a really good transversal, so he can probably 2 or 3 shot him down. But that's not happening yet. The Scythe is kind of coming back in a little bit, and the Slasher is taking a little bit of damage there. The Hyperion and the Prophecy seems to be the primaries for both sides at the moment. The Prophecy is taking tons of damage from those blasters right to the face and the rails of the Ferox. I think the Prophecy is actually dropping quicker than the Hyperion here. Yeah, the Hyperion is self-repping just fine at the moment.
Bit more back on the Scythe now. I thought I saw Sliver of Shields lose the Sliver of Shields. I mean, I think the interesting thing here will be that this Hyperion is reliant on that paste in his rep to keep tanking. As soon as the paste runs down, his tank is going to diminish significantly, and the Scythe isn't able to offer him much support. Whereas the Prophecy, correct me if I'm wrong, it's a pure passive tank Prophecy, being tanked entirely by the remote reps from Nextcura, which is in a very comfortable position right now.
He's in a very comfortable position, but his reps don't seem to be keeping up on this Prophecy. The Prophecy is down to about 50% arm, but the Prophecy has got a local repair as well. Which I'm not sure. It's hard to tell whether or not he's used it yet, but if he's saving it, then he's going to be able to boost up pretty quickly back to 100% armor, I think. He might just be saving it, he might be using it, it's hard to tell. If he is using it, then he's in trouble, I think. The Hyperion taking tons of damage now, full force.
Hyperion's firing a smart bomb, by the way, and he is He's having the MWD after this prophecy to keep up with him, which means he's probably going to run into cap issues trying to rep and MWD at the same time. And Hyperion's hard tackled again by the prophecy. Oof, this is looking pretty tense. The site's recovering shield slowly as well. It's at 40% shields and rising.
He's in deep fall-off situation where he is, so he's not actually able to help his team. He's nowhere near rep range of the Hyperion, so he's not offered to help. Able to offer him any help. If he was there, possibly getting in closer. If I was that Scythe, I would be going in quite close now to the situation, I think, to try and get underneath the Baden's done and guns and try and keep this Hyperion alive. Because once the Hyperion goes down, it's game over, I think.
Yeah, I think the interesting thing about the site, about the Abaddon actually, is it's literally not moving at all. He's not even trying to transversal match the Hyperion or try to get closer to the site. The site, as you can see now, is diving in. He's going 1.8k a second. He is definitely trying to rep that Hyperion up. It's interesting to see, and you can see the little bits of shield regen, but that Hyperion is bleeding. I'm gonna guess his rep is either his until rep is either on cooldown or he's just forgot it, or he's just out of cap, to be honest, because that hype is in hull and he's, like you said, if he goes down, it's game over for Laserhawks.
Yeah, the shield here helped a little bit in basically just to slow this Hyperion's death. It's not going to keep him alive forever, but it's certainly buying the Hyperion a little bit of time as he puts this prophecy into like about 20% armor now. He's in structure himself. He's both local armor repping and he's getting a little bit of shields reps. It's very, very close. His hull is going down very slowly, so it's not quite over just yet. This Ice Tim here in the prophecy, taking tons of punishment, and it looks like he's just about to hit structure as the Hyperion. It's still able to apply damage to him, and obviously the Ferox as well, pounding away there. This is really close.
I think the Hyperion's going to go down first. I mean, he's not much he can do. We'll see. He might be able to get a reload off his rep actually, because his armor is sort of going up as well as his shields. You can.
Yeah, there's a little bit of armor as well. A little bit of shield here. I'm seeing like 10% shield, 10% hull, 10% armor. Oh, but that's it. He's gone. Final volley from the Abaddon there, just finishing him off. This is really, really. I don't think that the Powdex team is going to be able to break this prophecy now. He's probably going to be able to get repped up by the Executor. Oh yeah.
Sorry. The Afterlife / the offline team are swapping to the site, who's now trying to leg it to keep himself alive, but I don't think it's really going to matter at this point. I mean, having just a slash and a Ferox left for DPS is not going to help you a lot, and this scythe is easily being trapped by the Abaddon, who is still... Okay, the Abaddon's actually MWDing, the scythe is down.
The scythe is down, which leaves just a slash and a Ferox. I don't think there's any way that the Ferox can be able to break that prophecy now with the Executor still on grid. The slash
He's going for the Coercer, but yeah, I don't think it's really going to make too much difference, to be honest.
He's getting good hits on the Coercer.
Just trying to get the points. I mean, the Coercer is webbed by the Slasher. Actually, wait, no, he's not. He has tackled the Slasher, though. Okay, Slasher's now tackled the same turn. See a bit of damage swap. This Executor just lost some armor. The Slasher is in hull. Next one, they should kill it. Yep, and it's down.
Yeah, Slasher down. Ferox is low shield now.
Yep.
Yeah, this is pretty much over at this point. I think, at least there wasn't a dominating victory, so Powdex have that to take away with them. So denying offline that point that they probably wanted to get a little bit higher in the league. I think they're contending for third place still. Sully, if I'm interested here, if the Powdex had gone for the Typhoon, which wasn't banned, do you think they would have been able to apply pressure better to that prophecy? I'm just thinking like of ships that could have got reps from the side at range, and also be able to apply damage, whereas the Hyperion having to go in close and the side having to run away from the Abaddon, I think really ruined Powdex stay here.
Yeah, I think that would be an interesting. If they'd run the Typhoon instead of the Hyperion, that would have been very different. The Hyperion just couldn't. The shield reps just didn't do much to it, and the match is over.
Yeah, we'll pass it back to the studio now to break that match down and look forward to the next one.